All right, guys, we're live. Everybody, chime in. Give us a few minutes to see if we can get some people in. Today, we're going to discuss Cobra Kai. Give us a second. I'll introduce us. I don't know if there's anybody in the chat yet. If anybody cares, we're going to talk about it anyway. All right. All right. Let me just share this into Movie Mash groups. So yeah, we're going to talk about what do you think of it anyway. In general, did you think it was a good season?
The first part, almost a part one, there were some good moments, but honestly, I've questioned some of their decisions on some of the fighters. Like um Devin, I don't think she deserves to be in the Sakai Takai. Dimitri, oh my gosh, he's getting annoying. Definitely doesn't need to be a part of this Sakai Takai. For I don't know why the writers even have him even beating Hawk, because Hawk has been legit for the past 3 seasons.
Maybe
And
4 or 5, yeah.
right, yeah, and Dimitri basically beats him and then pretty much wins the race and all stuff. I'm like, come on now, man. That was just weird to me. That was just whack.
Yeah, I
Uh
mean, look, Dimitri has just annoyed me from he's gone way too far. And right, just out of interest, do you remember when he sucker punched Hawk for the ribbon
yeah.
or the whatever it was? Hawk should have got up and give him a right good kicking. Say, all right, the gloves are off now. Let's do this, and then started kicking the shit out of him. Hawk should definitely be there for sure.
Hmm.
Dimitri, no. Even Daniel said we haven't got our strongest team. But I'm like, well, if you didn't think they were the strongest team, you shouldn't have had those kind of competitions, the tryouts. Do you get what I mean between all of them?
Hmm.
So, as I say, like, I don't think, yeah, the tryouts shouldn't have been happening if Daniel didn't think the strongest team would win, and they haven't got their strongest. I do think Devon should be there.
Over Kenny?
I think they're pretty equal, but I don't think she should be there now because of what she did to Kenny, if you get what I mean. But
Honestly,
all right.
honestly
She's
I,
going to be put up against females, isn't she?
well, yeah.
When it comes to females, she is pretty tough. When in that category, she's pretty badass, if you get what I mean. Yeah.
But
But
is
when
she
it
but is
comes
she
to
on Sam and Tori's level?
no, I don't think she is, but Tori isn't with them. So they have a strong female with them. There's two strong females. So if Kenny was there, he still wouldn't be as good as Miguel or Robbie.
Well, of
So in a
course not.
sense, or even Hawk. So in a sense, yeah, I think if all of them, they're all pretty decent, apart from Dimitri needs to go. But that's just my opinion. What do you think?
Yeah, it's I don't know, man. It's just kind of weird how they got that set up, but but yeah, it's we'll just have to wait and see what happens, in this
Well,
next part.
I mean, I was talking to Davey, and he thinks Tory will be the reason. Well, Tory being on Creasy's side will be a deciding factor. I think she will either lose on purpose, she'll come to her senses, she'll lose on purpose, so that will give them a win because it's an awkward situation where we don't want to see her lose, but we don't want to see her win with those guys.
Yeah,
Something will come to play with her where she'll give it up and she'll move over to I don't know Miyagi Do. Now, I just want to say, you talking about Silver coming back. I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to see him because I think he was a brilliant character. He
that
was
bro.
one of the best characters ever in Cobra Kai. He's so evil, and
Yeah,
he's such a big character. I'd like to see him back, but I don't know if they will, and I don't know if they can. I mean, go on, tell us. What's your theory?
I think that Silver is going to break out of jail because Silver has so much resources. The guy knows everything. Okay, of course he cheated in the All Valley tournament, like to set up for Cobra Kai to win. But also, here's another thing. Um, when he gets out, who's to say he's not going to go after Stingray first?
Well, when
Because
is he getting out? Is he getting out?
I think he is, man. Because here's the
Well,
thing. He
I
may
don't
not
know.
I'll say this. He may not get out later in part two of the season, second half of the season. But I think next year, when they have this big event going on, Silver gonna show up. Silver gonna show up, and then when he shows up, that's going to set the tone because this show was about Cobra Kai, right? Even though Kreese got Cobra Kai back, but still, Kreese has not forgotten what Silver done to him. So he trusted Silver with all of his might. He trusted Silver, and Silver framed him, and then he got him put in jail. Because you heard when season 5 when he said, "When I get out," he said, "Well, there's one enemy down." He said, "When I get out," he said, "I'll take care of the other." He's talking about Silver because he's still upset, but Silver is going to get out because he does have some receipts. Johnny, Mike, and Chosen broke into his house
Yeah.
unprovoked. So you do know he has surveillance cameras in his house. So you don't think that he can possibly find a way to come back and all stuff because then next you know, if they do come up with something like this, if the writers can write this right, if they can find a way to get Johnny away from Daniel and everything, and Silver comes back and all stuff, that's gonna put Daniel into because right now Chosen went back to Okinawa. Did you not see that? He got a
Yeah.
flight. He went back to Okinawa because he wanted to be with Kumiko. But I really do think if Silver does come back, I think that Chosen will come back and all stuff. But the thing is, how the way that is this show was written, I think Silver's going to come back later on in the season because this, like I said, they said Cobra Kai never dies. And honestly, who's even though that Johnny started it and all stuff, he brought it back. But the thing is, if you like see the flashback scenes and all stuff, Kreese and Silver started this. So therefore, and you can tell there was tension. There was tension in the flashback scenes where Silver wanted, he was wanting Cobra Kai to enter the Sakai Takai tournament, and Kreese said, "No, we're not ready." He said, "Let's focus on our students." And you can tell Silver didn't like how the way he was telling them that. He was like, he said, "I'll follow your lead, Johnny," and all stuff. And then after that, they went, and they just went right with it. But
Well, I look. I'd like to see him back in. I just
it's
because
yeah.
cinema chop shop is in the house, but oh yeah, no, I'd like to see Silver back in, but Silver back, but I'd like to see him in. It's just I I I they'd have to write it good. Now, and nothing, I would normally say he won't be, but because of this show, everything keeps happening. So many surprises, so many twists and turns, and so many people coming back. I wouldn't be too surprised. I don't know how they're going to do it. They've got 10 episodes left. Maybe in the next season, he'll turn up with his crew of people that he's already might go back in time and show what he's been doing. I don't know, but I can't see. I just don't know. But we'll see in November the 28th, which is my birthday, by the way.
Oh, happy birthday then, 28. But
So,
anyway, like I said, I really do think that Silver will come back because even though Kreese he does have Cobra Kai back, but I think that Silver will find a way because the thing is, Silver wants revenge. He wants revenge on Johnny, Daniel, Chosen, all of them, and he has resources. The man is smart. Even
right.
even Kreese said in season 5 when he was talking about Tori and all stuff, he said now Terry's smart, but he said but he'll slip up. And the thing is, Daniel and them, they all said it. They said that Terry is very smart. He said
Oh yeah,
he's always one step ahead. That's
yeah,
what's
definitely. I mean,
that's
you
why I
go
said,
back to Karate Kid Part 3 and you see how he is. Do you know what I mean? He's always a
yeah,
step ahead
he's
and
always
even
a step ahead.
feels like he's already two steps ahead of everyone, even when he comes in. What I was going to say is, on another note, Kreese, isn't he wanted by the law? Does that not mean anything in Spain? Is that a different law there? Is it like they don't
Honestly,
deport?
that's what I'm saying. Like, my thing is this: is I think is he in Korea right now? He's in
No,
Korea.
he turned up in Spain at the end of the episode.
Yeah.
So
Well,
the
then I
Spain
guess
they're in.
that has nothing to do because he got arrested in the United States. Now he's in Spain.
I know, but like there might be some kind of treaty saying like, look, you've got an escaped convict in your country. Can you catch him and bring him back? You know what I mean? I don't know. Now,
Probably.
one more thing I was going to say about Kreese. All Kreese wants is he's 76 years old. All
Hmm.
he wants to do is take down Miyagi-Do, right?
Yeah.
What happens if he wins? Then what? Does he go back prison?
I think you'll be satisfied, but honestly, it's gonna be kind of left on the cliffhanger because we never seen like a humanized part of Kreese until like that to the All Valley tournament in season 4 when he was telling like you know how like they was showing like the flashback scenes when he was choking Johnny and then he
Yeah,
told Silver he was starting to realize what he did was wrong and he said let her do what she wants to do. And then he said, "We come this far." He said, "You come this far." And after that, that's when Silver didn't like that. So I was like, I think there was a part of Kreese that was showing, that softer side of him. Now, if he now that he got control over Cobra Kai, I don't know if they would have won and all, if they do win the Sakai Takai tournament, I don't know if he will try to like convey and try to show Daniel and Johnny, like any type of like sympathy. Because you gotta think he still has that mindset of a soldier and all stuff. Once he's got that mind like war. And that's what he's put in to his students, that mindset of a soldier. So
yeah.
we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. But I don't
All right.
know. It's
Well, me personally think like he's 76 years old.
Yeah,
He's training loads of kids to beat up other kids, right?
yeah,
And it's like, well, then what? All right, if you win, just say he wins, then what? You go and live your life and be
yeah,
happy, or do you start Cobra Kai franchise all over the world while you're still on a run, or do you
yeah.
hand yourself back in, or you just chill? Or what happens if he loses? Then what? Is he just going to keep this revenge thing going on
If
forever? You
this
know?
honestly, if he does lose, I think that he'll probably surrender Cobra Kai for good, and then
I
he'll
don't
probably
know with him. Yeah, he just seems to never want to give up. You
he
know?
never wants to give up, but sooner or later the writers are going to have to wrap this up and explain and say, all right, this has been going on for so long, and even though Kreese, this character, he's been the bully for all these years, and he does not want to back down from Miyagi Do. He always wants to beat Miyagi Do because he's still upset for what Mr. Miyagi did to him in the first, well, no, in the second movie and the third movie. You know,
Yeah.
he basically beat the brakes off of him. So
Speaking of Miyagi, what do you think about Daniel and this box he found about Miyagi may have been a criminal? He may have already had this fight already. I'm like, look, he's like, he never told me the truth, and why? I'm like, look, the guy had lived a life before he met you, Daniel. Yeah, he don't need to tell you everything that happens
yeah,
in his life, you know. And
hmm
also, I don't believe he did do it, but part of me thinks, well, sometimes we have to do wrong things to know what's right, and you know how
yeah,
righteous he was. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
So, and I think Daniel's like going on and on and on, and I was like, give it up, man. The guy had a life before you. You know, he was like a 50, 60-year-old man when you come along, right? You don't need to tell you every. What do you think? Is it getting on your nerves, or do you think it's Daniel's right to be the way he is?
Daniel, he understands the legacy of Mr. Miyagi. And the thing is, I think that he's always going to honor Mr. Miyagi's, teachings and everything. And anything that's bad about Mr. Miyagi, he'll get like so defensive because the Mr. Miyagi that he knew in those movies and all stuff wasn't a bad man. But the thing is, Mr. Miyagi went to war and all stuff. And plus,
Yeah, yeah,
in season three, just like him and Chosen had that fight and all stuff, he said, Mr. Miyagi never told me that this fight. He said that he said that he never had this, he said Mr. Miyagi never taught me the style and everything. He said we don't know about like killing. I think Mr. Miyagi, he knew that style, but he didn't want to show Daniel at that time that fighting technique because it's dangerous and everything. Those and even Chosen said in season three, he said those fighting techniques was utilized to kill, Japanese invaders and all stuff in war and all stuff. Those
yeah. All
fighting
right.
techniques. So I think he was trying to, look out for Daniel. But now, you know, I get that now Daniel's trying to, go into depth, trying to find out more secrets about Mr. Miyagi. I'm like, dude, just let it go. At this point, let
I
it
know.
go. You just need to leave it alone. Davey said they grow, then they go right back to the old habits. That is true.
Yeah, no. Also, yeah. All right. So on this season, of the last couple of episodes, you see all the conflicts that they had originally between each other, all kicking off with Robbie and Miguel, Tori and Sam, all these Dimitri, all these kind of old things that we've been over, we've done, we've gone through,
Yeah.
we're kind of going back again. A part of me thinks that Miyagi Do would not sanction this tournament because of the conflict it's causing between everyone, including Johnny, Daniel, everyone. It's just causing conflict. It's people are getting hurt and upset. It's causing too much. I think, me personally, think Miyagi would have not sanctioned this tournament. He would say, "No, we're not doing it." You know what I
No,
mean?
because
Personally,
didn't you see where didn't you see how the way Daniel looked when they put those
yeah.
heads
So it turns out that Miyagi might have been there, right? But
and
as a
he
grown ass
had
old man, he would say no. You know?
Yeah, because this one is not. It's nothing like the All Valley where it gets points and all stuff. I think this is where they're going out to hurt you, like hurt you to get you out of there. Like this is
Yeah.
like last man, or last woman standing type of fighting technique. This ain't no 3 points and all stuff. This is like I said. This is something different. But yeah, man, I don't know. It's just they're just gonna have to, really explain on this standpoint on the second half of the season. But yeah, about what you said about Daniel, telling his wife and said, Mr. Miyagi, I just can't believe he would, hid this from me and all stuff. And your own wife, dude, is telling you, saying, let it go. Just let it
Yeah.
go. Like, just live your life and everything. But you know how Daniel is. He's very close to Mr. Miyagi and everything that Mr. Miyagi taught him from the get-go. But at the standpoint, this goes to show you, even though Mr. Miyagi was a good character, I can see it in the first movie when he was drinking and having. Well, yeah, you remember that part in the first
Yeah.
part.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
He got
Yeah.
drunk.
Yeah.
He got drunk, and then I think it has something to
His
do.
wife and son was killed or something.
He was dealing with that. So
Yeah.
Miyagi had problems in his life. They just
Yeah.
don't like tell you more about it. Now you're
Well,
finding
he might be ashamed of it, and it might be something he just doesn't want to bring up because he's ashamed and he doesn't want to bring up that part of his life. Doesn't
yeah,
need to tell Daniel everything, you know?
yeah,
Like,
no,
seriously. Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, I keep watching Karate Kid 2 and seeing Mr. Miyagi going back to Okinawa and Daniel turning up at the airport saying, "Oh, my mom got me a ticket," looking at Mr. Miyagi's face going, "I just can't get away from this fucking kid, man. Like, no matter where I go, he's following me." You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
But I still think that it's just dragging on with that. It has to have something big must come out of this, I hope, because I don't know. Now I was talking to Davey earlier, or all of you. Who has said that the new Karate Kid movie isn't canon with this?
It's not canon.
That's what I don't know. Someone told me, Davey or someone, that the new Karate Kid with Jackie Chan and Daniel LaRusso isn't canon. It's a kind of a reboot. So
Yeah,
I'm kind of because
I don't.
like I was thinking this is gonna maybe Jackie Chan is his brother, and Jackie Chan was in hiding wherever he was in that one with
Yeah,
Will Smith's kid. Maybe he's in hiding for something, and then maybe Mr. Miyagi took the blame for him. That was running through my brain, and maybe Jackie Chan comes.
that's
Daniel
what I'm saying. But then I had a
Daniel
theory.
looks for him.
I had a theory. Because I had a theory in remember in season 3 when Daniel went back to Okinawa and he met with Chosen and he was talking to him
Yeah,
about
yeah,
Shimbo Sensei. And Shimbo, he said something about that Shimbo Sensei, he went off the coast. I think he went off the coast and he woke up off the coast of China and he came back to Japan with 2 kids. So he married a Chinese woman.
yeah.
So my thing is Jackie Chan is Chinese, but that's the reason why I think should they explain a little bit how could Jackie Chan's character know about Miyagi and all stuff? That's what I think. It could. That's what I'm saying because it doesn't make sense because you like I said, you said something about Shimbo Sensei, and then he woke up off the coast of China and he came back to Japan with 2 kids. So I
But again, apparently it's not canon. It's just a reboot or something, which I don't know.
they're
I
gonna,
don't know. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, I suppose. But we
yeah,
do have 10 more episodes to go. So November we got 5, and then at some point next year it will be
yeah,
another 5. Now,
oh yeah,
I am surprised that we're at the tournament already. At the
yeah,
episode 5, because I'm
yeah,
like, this is quite early on. We've
yeah.
got
I
normally
was
it's the climax.
I was gonna hope they was
Yeah.
gonna wait.
So I think maybe the tournament will happen and then something else may happen.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I don't know. It just seems very early to be at the tournament.
Now you said that Davey told you this because me and my wife we watched it. Crease, I think Crease did kill Tori's mom.
Yeah, I'm like, it makes sense in a way, but I'm like, would he go that far?
He said, "What did he say, babe?" He said, "Pain reveals a true champion." Did he not say
Hmm.
that? Exactly. So Crease knows a lot about Tori. He knows that Tori's mom was sick. Who else? Who else would know about Tori's mom? Not Silver. Silver don't know nothing about her mom. Crease does.
Yeah,
So
no, it kind of makes sense. It's just, it's so dark for him to
and
do
when
that.
and when she found her mom's fist was balled up while she was
Yeah,
dead. Something
yeah.
must have something must
I
have
don't
happened.
know, man. All I know is that that's a bit dark
It
for
is.
Kreese, even
Yeah.
for Kreese. I know he's on this mad thing trying to get Miyagi-Do down, but this is going too far, you know. I
Okay.
think, but it makes sense. What's all this you're getting? What's the likes you're getting?
I don't know.
But yeah, no, it makes sense. It does make sense that for him to do it. It's just for me, I'm like, would he really go that far? Would he? Would he? Maybe he's going too far already. Maybe he's just going. I mean, maybe he just went around to talk to her, and she got sick and fell down, and he just left her there. Maybe it goes like that. You know what I mean? I don't know, but I mean, how did she die?
How did who die? Uh
The Tory's mum.
I don't know. They said that she was better.
I know,
And
but you're like, if Creasy killed her, what would he have done? He didn't physically do anything to her. I mean, they would have said like she was strangled or beaten or anything like that, you
uh
know? So
do you think that he could have probably remember that Cobra that was in when Kreese was fighting and all stuff in that cave?
yeah, but they would come across that at the hospital, you know? They would come across those bites and stuff like that. So I think he either gave her too much medicine or not, or took it away from her or something like that, and he probably didn't deliberately kill her, but he was kind of the cause of it. while he was in the house or something. I don't
Yeah,
know. I'm reading way too much into this. I know, but it's just all theories. Now with Cobra Kai, I've noticed anything's possible. Just everything is possible. You know, I
yeah,
feel I didn't like the way Johnny reacted to Tori fighting. He was like, "Yeah, she needs to fight to get out of her system." I'm like, "Look, you're a grown ass man. You should be
yeah,
taking care of these kids." I know what he's saying. You want to get out of your system, but she's going through a lot. As a grown ass man, you really need to be taking care of these kids and stopping that fight, not letting her fight. But that was just me.
yeah.
Anyway, have you any more to add to this live discussion before we go? Because I got to go to bed. Go get my
Okay.
beauty sleep.
Um, I will say this. Um, they need to put some respect on Kenny's character because I feel like he got
Oh,
shafted.
I think he
This,
will. Of
yeah, but I feel like he got disrespected in
course
this
he did.
first part of the season because, first of all, like Kenny has more experience than Anthony LaRusso. I know that for a fact. And it's just they just need to put some respect on Kenny. That's what I'm saying. Because
Oh,
the
they
Bills,
will. They will.
they
They
need
will.
to. He knows he's got.
That will come out. That will come out. She will drop out. She will. It will come out. It will come out somehow. They would. This show. This is how it is. That will come out somehow, and he will be replace her. He'll come around. They'll get him over or something. I can't see that just being on. But Kenny's a good character. I
Yeah,
think he's a good fighter. I think he's had it tough. Like some of the kids, Tori's had it tough, and Robbie's had it tough. You know.
yeah,
Also, I feel like Miguel so far in this season 5 has been kind of like a very secondary character. He hasn't been like if you watch the first few seasons, he and Johnny are the main. I
yeah.
feel like
Kind
he-
of push
um
aside because now you got
yeah, with all this other shit going on, he seems to
Rob.
be like just there, in the background. And even Johnny sometimes seems like he's in the background as well. But you know what? It's leading up to something. I'm sure they know what they're doing. It's been a good
Yeah,
show. It's a lot of fun. It's not the same as it was when it first started. It's gone like this, but it's still enjoyable. And I'm looking forward to 28th of November
yep.
for episode 5, 6, 7, no, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
So yeah,
So
I'm more.
yeah, so what we'll do is we'll do another live discussion then. We'll just see if
Hmm.
we can get Davey from the 80s and whoever over onto it, and we'll go from there.
Yes, sir.
Um, anything else to add before we go?
That's it, man. That's it. It's a good discussion,
Okay.
man. So I think we covered a lot of ground. We can't wait to
Well,
see
for
this.
those who are watching, if you've got any questions, hit us now. If not, make sure you subscribe. If you don't subscribe, how dare you watch this video? And I'm going to put a link to D and J. See, I am the what would you say? The substitute. I'm the substitute D for
Oh,
when
Darrell. Yeah,
Darrell isn't around,
Darrell
sort of
is.
thing. But yeah, I'm going to put a link to him. He's D and J movie reviews. He reviews stuff and reacts to stuff, and when he can pull his finger out sometimes when he's allowed to do stuff, that kind of thing. Know what I'm saying? Anyway, look, it was good talking with you again. And we're going to go. Thanks everyone for watching. Goodbye.